Well, folks, buckle up because today is all about April 9th, 2025.
Big day, huh?
Yeah, huge day for Amazon. Maybe even
Space day for sure.
a space day for Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't just launch a rocket. They kind of launched like
A declaration.
yeah, declaration of intent to,
That's a good word for it.
yeah. Project Kuiper is underway officially.
It is 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. A United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket
Big one.
took off carrying 27
Whoa, 27 already.
Amazon Kuiper satellites into orbit.
Wow.
This is not just, a little test. This is the initial deployment of Amazon's multi-billion-dollar Project Kuiper.
So this is it. This is the real deal. This isn't some,
This is not a side project, no.
yeah, this is like their answer to Starlink, right?
This is their answer to Starlink.
Yeah.
This is low Earth orbit satellite constellation to deliver fast and affordable internet to underserved and remote areas globally.
So we're talking like, a village in the Himalayas.
Right.
Or,
A ship at sea.
a ship at sea, or like, a disaster zone where there's no internet access.
Exactly.
This is to like get everyone online.
That is exactly right.
Even the name is ambitious.
Oh, yeah.
Kuiper, like the Kuiper belt.
Yeah, named after the Kuiper Belt on the edge of the solar system.
Wow.
And it really does reflect Jeff Bezos's long-standing,
Vision.
vision for space.
Yeah, and they're putting their money where their mouth is. Like over $10 billion invested in this project.
Yeah.
Thousands of engineers.
Yeah.
This is the real deal.
This is designed to truly connect the unconnected.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the nuts and bolts here.
Okay.
How does this thing actually work? I mean, we've got these satellites up in space.
Right. Right.
How does someone, on a mountaintop somewhere actually get online?
So the Kuiper satellites operate in low Earth orbit altitudes between 590 and 630 kilometers.
Okay.
Now, that lower altitude is key
Okay, why is that?
because it reduces the round-trip time for data,
Oh, okay.
which is what we call latency.
Got it.
And that is crucial for delivering that broadband experience, smooth, streaming, responsive online applications.
Okay.
And these satellites communicate with small, dish-like ground terminals that users install at their homes or businesses.
Oh, so it's like a direct link from space
Directly to you,
to my house, to
your device.
my okay, and AWS is involved too, right?
Yes, absolutely. Amazon Web Services, the entire Kuiper infrastructure, from managing the satellite network to processing user data, is powered and managed through AWS.
So their cloud business is essentially powering all this.
It is, and their experience in running this massive, reliable cloud infrastructure gives them a significant advantage
Right.
in handling the complexities of global satellite internet service.
I mean, think about the amount of data
It's a lot.
that has to go through this network. That's got to be
Oh, yeah.
massive.
AWS is built for that scale.
Right. Right. So it's kind of a natural fit for them.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're thinking about Starlink, right?
Of course, the elephant in the room.
Yeah. I mean, they've got a huge head start. Thousands of satellites already up there, millions of users.
Yeah, they do.
How can Kuiper compete?
Well, that is the multi-billion-dollar question.
It is.
While Starlink has that first mover advantage, Amazon has some pretty incredible strengths.
Okay, like what?
I mean, their global logistics network is
Well.
incredible, and that's a huge asset for distributing and installing those ground terminals quickly and efficiently.
All right.
And the backbone of AWS provides that unparalleled cloud infrastructure support.
And their customer base too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they could bundle this with Amazon Prime.
Oh, think about that.
Imagine like, free internet with your Prime membership.
Right, high-speed internet, just another perk.
Yeah, that's a huge selling point right there.
Yeah.
So April 9th wasn't just like a publicity stunt.
Oh, no.
This was like the beginning of something.
This is the beginning of a countdown.
Yeah.
The Federal Communications Commission has mandated that Amazon must have at least 50% of its planned 3,236 satellites in orbit by mid-2026
Wow.
to maintain their license.
So they've got to hustle.
They have to.
They got to launch a lot more satellites.
They do, and they've got multiple launch agreements,
With who?
not just with ULA,
Okay.
who handled the April 9th launch, but also with Blue Origin.
Oh, Bezos' his own space company.
Yeah, and Arianespace in Europe.
Wow.
So they're going at it from all angles.
It sounds like they're serious about this.
They are.
So the ultimate objective here is to create like a global network.
It is not just to fill in the gaps, but to create a truly global network.
That can deliver high-speed internet access to every corner of the planet.
Every corner across continents, oceans.
That would change a lot of
That
things.
would be transformative.
It would, and it's not just about, getting people Netflix right.
Yeah.
What are the business implications for Amazon here beyond just selling internet service?
Oh, it's massive for them. Think about the boost to AWS.
Right.
Reliable satellite internet opens up entirely new markets for cloud services in remote and underserved areas. Businesses, organizations operating in these locations will have access to the power and scalability of the cloud like never before.
And the Internet of Things, right? Like
Yeah.
suddenly you have all these devices coming online.
Oh, yeah. Agriculture, environmental monitoring, logistics, all these centers transformed. Imagine smart sensors on a remote farm providing real-time data, enabling farmers to make more efficient decisions about resource management.
And then you layer AI on top of that.
Oh, exactly. Reliable, high-speed internet in more places could really accelerate the deployment of next-generation AI services through AWS.
So we're talking about drone deliveries to remote communities
Yeah.
guided by AI connected via Kuiper.
Smart homes, connected devices becoming a reality in rural areas that lack reliable broadband.
Autonomous vehicles and machinery operating in remote industries, all relying on constant high-speed data links.
Yeah.
This is a whole different world we're talking about.
It's the future of connection.
But it's not just Amazon in the game, right?
don't-
I mean, who else is in this race?
So you've got SpaceX with their significant head start.
Right.
You've got players like OneWeb building out its low Earth orbit constellation, focusing on business and government clients.
Okay.
You've got China with its ambitious GW constellation plans,
Right.
and Telesat, an established satellite operator.
So a lot of players,
A lot of players in the game.
a lot of competition.
Absolutely.
And for Amazon, they've got those FCC deadlines looming.
Yeah,
The competition is already out there.
yeah.
The next year and a half is critical for them.
It really is. This is make or break time for Project Kuiper.
Yeah, they've got to launch satellites.
Yeah.
They've got to build the infrastructure on the ground.
Yeah.
They've got to sign up customers.
Prove that they can compete.
Prove that they can compete. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a huge undertaking.
It is.
So April 9th, 2025, it was more than just a launch.
It was a statement.
Yeah, it was a statement.
Amazon officially joining this orbital race.
And, in a larger sense, it feels like we're getting closer and closer to this idea of universal internet access,
He does.
connecting everyone.
Bringing more people online, unlocking more potential.
Yeah, so think about those Kuiper satellites up there right now.
Up there right now.
They represent a pretty big shift in how we think about connecting with each other globally.
It's true. The future of connection is above us.
It is. So that begs the question for all of you listening out there.
Yeah.
Can Amazon's Project Kuiper really rival Starlink? Can they become a dominant force in this new frontier of satellite internet?
It's a question worth pondering.
It is, because the answer could shape the future of how we connect with each other.
Absolutely.
So that's something to think about. And that's all for today's deep dive.
Thanks for listening.
We'll catch you next time.